from a place of a first class or 2-1 even. I had a 2-2 in the university, and it was due to the fact that I didn't do these things I wish I did. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shalom Chiamaka Emejulu. I'm a lawyer in Nigeria. My YouTube channel is going to be about everything law, you name it, fashion tricks, tips, hacks, just name it. So if you're a lawyer and you're just looking for things to help your everyday life, your lifestyle, little nitty-gritties that help you go through your day as a lawyer, you can always come here. And so if this is what you're going to like to be seeing, please stay tuned. Today I'll be telling you things I wish I knew as a law student. Not like I wasn't advised. I was advised, but more like I didn't practice what I was advised to do. So please learn from me. I'm not coming from a place of a first class or 2-1 even. I had a 2-2 in the university, and it was due to the fact that I didn't do these things I wish I did. Of course, it's the usual, make sure you read, but I mean, those other things I wish I knew are things I'm going to be sharing with you today. So the first thing I'm going to be sharing with you is to learn to ask questions. You're in school, you don't know your environment, you don't know how things work. You need to ask questions. You don't need to find out everything yourself. You need to ask questions. Make friends with people in the senior class, especially, not people from very high levels away from your class, not very senior persons, like people a class or 2 classes ahead of you. The reason is because most of the things always go out of date within 2 to 3 years. That is, lecturers change, deans change, schemes change. So it's best to ask someone just a class ahead of you or 2 classes ahead of you, and not someone like 5 or 4 classes ahead. It's not to say you can't ask persons that are way many years ahead of you questions, but the thing is, for protocols in your faculty or in your department, it's best to ask someone a class or 2 classes ahead of you these questions. For experiences, okay, then I can say you could ask persons way more ahead of you, but for protocols in your faculty and your department, it's best to ask someone a class or 2 classes ahead of you. I'm really mentioning this point because it's very pertinent. Ask them about what a particular lecturer likes, what a particular lecturer is like, what a particular course is like, because while I was in school, there was a new course that was added to school, and it's called legal ethics. The set before me didn't do it. Even there was a point they added psychology to our scheme of work, and the set before me didn't do it. So imagine if someone behind me began asking someone ahead of me what was required or what was needed to be done, and the person will be getting an outdated information. That's why I said it's best to ask someone 1 class ahead of you these questions, or highest 2 classes ahead of you. Like I said, not like you can't ask people way ahead of you questions, but these are for things for like experiences or better explanations of things you know, you're very certain are way above the realm, the teaching realm of a particular class that you're supposed to ask these other questions. The next lesson I learned is to read. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but to be a law student, you have to be your synonym. The synonym for a law student is reading. You have to read. You have to read before class, after class, during the weekends. Just read whenever it is necessary to read. A particular method of reading I adopted in law school, I wish I did so in university. I might have been a better person or a better student. The thing is, in law school, how it is done is you are given you're given different groups to be in. So you have different study groups. So what your group does is to take the topic for the following day and read it, brainstorm on it, answer questions, and then form notes that will be submitted to the lecturers the following day. So you see, by the time you go through all of this, you have done an extensive reading. Different subtopics are given to each persons in the group for explanation and all, and whatever ideas you have about a particular topic. So that is like a wealth of research, because at that point you can use your phone to browse and get current cases and all I know you get my point. So after the group work is done, everybody submits all the research they've gotten, and then it is submitted as one pile to the lecturers. So while you already are you are already conversant with a particular topic, you still have to attend lectures for that particular topic the following day. Remember, the topics to be handled every day by your group are the topics for the following day. So while you have learned that the following day, you are being taught again by the lecturer, and he or she begins to throw insight into things you thought you knew, and throw better light to things that confused you during reading or research with your groupmates. So a lot of light is thrown, and then you understand, and then they give you recent cases you might not have come across, and the thing at hand, and the practicable thing that is at hand for you, that you would encounter while in practice. So now this is the second time you are coming across that topic, and then after I did this, I always went back the following day to read at night that particular thing, all the particular things that were done that day with the activities and the assignments. So during the weekend again, I go through everything that we have done all through the week. So this is like introducing yourself to a particular topic 4 times. First with your group, then with your lecturers, then by yourself twice. That is the day after the lessons were taught, and then during the weekend to refresh your memory. So read. It's not about just picking a book and reading, or picking a topic and reading. You have to be strategic about it. To attend classes, attending classes can never be overrated. It is, the thing is, sometimes you might not get the opportunity to cover every topic you were taught just before exams, because as much as you've read them prior to the exams, you still need to reread these things to freshen your memory. So the thing is, sometimes you notice that you might not be able to cover every topic, but the fact that you are in class the day the topic was taught, in fact, this is the major thing that helped me in university. I might not have read so much. Okay, per se I read, but I didn't read so much. But I didn't read. The thing is, I didn't read strategically, and then I didn't read with peers and group readings. I only did group readings when it was almost exam. Like, I just gathered my friends the night before exam, and we were like, oh, what is this? Okay, this person is bringing out that. The thing is, you might forget. If you bombard your head with so much things before the exams, you're definitely going to forget so much. So aside from strategic reading, please attend classes, because things you might not have been able to cover during your reading, the fact that you were in class when something was said and you paid attention, not that you were in class and your mind was somewhere else, you were in class, you paid attention, and especially you took down notes, there's every chance it's really going to help you in your exams and your studies generally. So please attend classes. The next thing is to become tech savvy. I was among those that didn't just care about technology. In fact, let's just say, if it wasn't about WhatsApp or Instagram, I just didn't want to know. I didn't feel like learning how to make tables on Microsoft Excel, or really know the nitty-gritties of using Microsoft Word, which is very important for you, because you're going to be doing your long essay in what we all know as your project, depending on the topic you're giving. You need to be tech savvy. I didn't know about Law Pavilion, where I could get recent cases of things that could just be said in front of me by the lecturer. I would just type in the case. So long as I'm subscribed to the app, I will just get the recent ruling or sentence on a particular topic I was reading. So please become tech savvy. Know the apps that are relevant for you as a law student. I'm going to be dropping apps that I found out about in the description box. Apps that would help you as a law student. Things you could have on your phone for easy notes, easy remembrance, and all whatnot. So please become tech savvy as a law student. Use your phone. You could have notes on your phone and reading it while you're somewhere. That is the pleasure and the beauty of technology these days, is that you can have everything at the palm of your hand. Sometimes you don't even need to read your notes. Some of the things you're being taught are just online. You just Google it on Wikipedia or WikiHow or whatever, and it's there for you with lots of pictures and explanations from different perspectives. That is the very importance of technology. So please don't just use technology for Snapchat or Instagram or whatever. Use technology to help. Okay, the next thing is to take online classes you feel will help you. Corona has taught us something spectacular and amazing, is that, and it's that you must not be in a particular place to gain a particular knowledge. In fact, you always knew this. I always knew this. We all knew it before Corona came, but it has become more glaring, especially to us in Nigeria. The use of webinars and all what you have, whatever platform you have, it is to gain knowledge. So now the thing is, what will be required of a lawyer that graduated 5 years ago is not what is going to be required of you that is going to be graduating in this time. What else do you have apart from what you're being taught in school to add to your portfolio? What else are you? What else will you be having as an armor to battle against several other persons that are doing what you're not doing? Take online classes. Some of them are free, some of them just ask for little fees, which you can ask your parents. I'm sure they are willing if they can give you. Just even throughout your school period, even if it's just for one time, you're going to just take a particular course. Just add something else that is not in the school curriculum for Nigeria or wherever it is you are, and add it. Just take an online class. Just one is enough. Just add it. So the next one is to mentally take notes of courses you're good at, because this will help you in two things. First is it's going to help you pick a topic and know the course you're already going to handle for your long essay, as in your project. Take not when it's time for you, because some schools give you topics, but then they have to ask you for courses that you're very conversant with, not when it's time for you to begin your project, while others have already submitted courses they're very good at doing. You're still thinking and wasting your time, or picking something you don't even know that you can not handle, and then at the end of the day being thrown with something very difficult that you cannot research about. So begin to take note of courses that you're good at, because it will help you pick courses and topics that you're good at, actually, because it's going to help you pick topics or whatever it is your school asks you for during your project period. Makes it easier, makes it faster for you, because you're already conversant with it. Apart from your project, it's going to help you carve a niche. Now this brings me to something else. As a law student, begin to carve your niche. This is something I didn't know in school. I'm here in Corona times, and the legal practitioners are saying we can't advertise and all, which I understand. But the thing is, when people think of me as a lawyer, what comes to their mind? What really comes to their mind? Nothing. Because I didn't carve a niche for myself in time. Am I into family law? Am I into entertainment law? And it's not only that I carve this niche for myself. The thing is, I carve this niche for myself, and I tell people, I showcase myself in that area. Not like I'm advertising myself as the best or not, but I'm saying, okay, let me give an example. Once you think of Kim Kardashian now, the first thing that comes to your mind is fashion. Once you think of Taylor Swift, the first thing that comes to your mind is music or red lips. So the thing is, you're a law student, okay. The first thing that comes to your mind when someone thinks about you is you're a lawyer, yeah. But what niche in law will someone think of when they think about you? You have to specialize. Not like you cannot practice general law, but it's best when you carve a niche for yourself. And the only way you can carve a niche for yourself and be good at the niche you're carving for yourself is when you take notice of courses you're good at, not only for your project, but to carve a niche for yourself. So please pick something you know that you can handle, like I said, from courses you are already good at, and begin to carve a niche for yourself. Begin to write articles before you even begin your projects. Begin to write articles about that field you're already interested in, first and foremost, it makes you have a speedy project. So while others are busy combining writing projects together with um, writing projects together with reading, you're just reading and a little bit less stressed than every other person at that period. So when you take notes of courses that you're very good at, like I said, first it helps you with project, then two, you begin to carve a niche for yourself. Okay, and the next thing is to take due notice of things that have been changed by the pandemic. Take note of the first case that was done virtually. Take notes of there's this status of limitation that might change. Yes, if you haven't gotten to this yet, per se you're in your 100 level, let me explain what the status of limitation is. Okay, so for those who don't know the meaning of status of limitation, perhaps you're in your 100 level and you haven't gotten to that part of the topic. Status of limitation comes in, it is actually the period of time given to someone to institute an action in court. That is, you cannot institute an action in court when a period of time has elapsed. Take note of things like that that will change. You know, because courts are not sitting as often as usual, these cases would begin or tend to span for a long time, and there might be exceptions given to some cases. So I feel there's an article about this particular topic. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description box. So these are parts of law that might change with time due to the COVID-19 and to tend to tilt to courses that are prevalent with our times. When I was in school, I offered labor law, and for those that don't know what labor law is about, it's the laws that guide employers and employees, the law that guides their relationships, that expressly define things that just guide the employee-employer relationship. So I had to choose between the labor law and intellectual property, that's IP law, intellectual property law. And I did labor law because I felt IP was not relevant. But the thing is, I wish I did it. I could have easily just come out of school and just read up things, the Employees Act and all whatnot. But till now, I still find it a bit I don't know, not clear, the difference between certain terms. You get like copyright, trademark. We are all learning. In court, we're dealing with lots of stretched out cases that take a lot of time to handle. And that's because we haven't really keyed it into the technological system or systemic way of doing things. In courts, while suits are going on, you see judges taking notes, and that's because they need to write everything down as it is going on. There's no recorder or whatsoever it is that is taking notes of what is happening. It's already happening in other jurisdictions, but it's not happening in Nigeria here, and that's because we haven't yet fully opened our minds to the advantage or advantageous nature of technology. So you shouldn't be like that. You're a new era lawyer to be, or a new era lawyer if you're about to become a lawyer. So you should open your heart. The next thing is to begin to carve a niche for yourself in technology. The previous one was carving a niche for yourself in law. The next is carving a niche for yourself in technology. Understand technology and understand what technology can do for you. We are passing that phase of when things were done really traditionally. Come together with your friends in computer engineering, come together with your friends that develop software or whatever thing, and see what aspect of law you can help. That way, you just would never go out of style or fashion. And first you're helping yourself, you're bringing a name to yourself. Secondly, you're helping the profession. Thirdly, you gain money. So see what you can reckon law with in technology. See what you can meet with your friends that create apps and other things, and see what you can do for law. So the next thing is to intern with a law firm. This is because the practicality of law is just the explanatory aspect of it. If you see what, it's just like you've been reading something and reading it, the very minute it's practicalized in front of you, your understanding of that particular subject. Listen, while your mates are busy opening their eyes in these law firms, you are at home watching TV or claiming to be doing some housework or whatever. You mustn't go every day. You can go as many times as your guardian or your parents will allow you to go. But it is necessary you attach yourself to a firm. That way you are building your CV. While others are saying, oh, I just extend during law school, you are saying I've extend prior to now that I'm asking for this job. You see, so you don't just have court experience during your extension period or NYC period. So that the thing is, because you are seeing what is being taught, there are terms that are used in school as you're starting that just confuse you. Or like the first time I heard leave of court, I was so confused. But I was reading it for exams, and I just had to put, when you seek leave of court, I just crammed that area and I put it there. The funny thing is, I didn't even bother researching it online. But the thing is, one time I went to court and seek the leave of court, and for those that don't know, seeking the leave of court is seeking the permission of the court. So yeah, touch it that one. Don't be like me, please. And the next and last point of mine is to try to use the niche you've carved for yourself to build an online profile for yourself. Don't just tell your friends and all. The thing is, people are watching you. Not only, in fact, people hardly see people these days. We see people more online. So carve an online space for yourself. Begin to talk about, drop little general knowledge of things that interest you, which are your niche actually, for people to see, so that when someone says, oh, I don't understand this thing about entertainment law, and per se you have been posting content on entertainment law, you're the next person that comes to mind. I'm at home right now, and the only thing I've been called for is actually, the only thing that drags me out to work is just my PPA, my place of primary assignment for my NYSC. Nobody really knows what I have particularly carved for myself. They can't say, oh, Shalom is known for family law or Shalom is known for contracts. They know I'm a lawyer and I can do general things, but I haven't really carved a niche for myself in any aspect of law, both offline and online. So please, while you do your carving offline, don't forget to do your carving online. I hope you learned a lot from all I said today. Like I said, share this video to someone you know will find it important to watch. Your daughter, your son just new in school, your friend, your sister, your brother, just anybody you know is going to benefit from this information that I have passed. Till we'll see you next time in my next video. Take care of yourself.